This is Marshall Zhukov again. Here we've got set up some 9130 rifles, as well as an original model 1891. And also I've got a little kit here. I guess usually it comes with rifles. I live on the West Coast, up in Washington State, so no bad comments about that. But anyways, we have the Big 5 chain of stores up here, and they sell the 9130s and M44 carbines at decent prices when they're on sale. They've been pretty hard to come by now. I haven't seen any ads in the paper for the last few weeks, but typically you're out the door under $100. And usually they come with the ammo pouch, dog collars, and a sling. I don't have a sling. Oh, yep, I got a sling handy. You might be able to see it up there. Usually comes with the rifle. And for the cleaning rod, this little bar and this sleeve here that fits over the cleaning rod. Inside, right about here, there's a small bevel. You pull it up on the cleaning rod and get the holes up above the holes that are in the cleaning rod. Insert this little rod, and then you also get a jag that I've screwed on the end. And let's see if we can get a view down here. With the sleeve down there and the bar through it, it goes in and out like any cleaning kit does, with a ball bearing or a spinning rod, so the jag won't come unscrewed inside the barrel if you have a tight patch on it. So that's not bad. That's how I would assume you would use it. Or if you lose the piece, of course, you've got your holes in the cleaning rod. You can see it right there. You'd stick the deal in there and go to town, I guess, out in the field if you were a troop. Anyways, here we have, up here in the corner, I have one of those ATI stocks, the Advanced Technology stocks, and no gunsmithing stocks. It's not fastened right now. I've got a stripped screw in one of them, and I have to do a little modification to the stock. The scope I have on this one is an AIM scope. It's an NC Star knockoff, pretty much, is what it is. And I have removed the rear sight assembly. It drifted off to the forward, towards the muzzle, forwards, and I picked up some high-rise 22 scope rings, and it just fit on the small dovetail grooves that are revealed by removing the front rear sight. So I haven't shot that much yet. Before it had this laminated stock on it. It's a 9130 stock. The 9130 stock is in my 1891 Imperial Tula Arsenal rifle, because the Remington stock that was on it has a small crack in it, and I don't want to shoot it and make the crack bigger. As we can see here, it is slightly longer than the 9130 rifles at approximately 51.5 inches long. It's a hex receiver, 1905 rifle. Try to get in here and see if we can read the Russian writing on here. Imperatorsky Tulsky Oruzheny Zavod. I don't know if my accents are correct on that, but that's just what I could assume. I've never heard it spoken before. 1905. And you can see right there, hopefully you can see that in the picture there, the little letter that looks like an R is a Russian Cyrillic G, which represents the word in Russian God, which is year. The rear sights on this one are calibrated for Arshins, the imperial measurement, which is approximately 28 inches per Arshin. It sits up on the little flat spots. It's really weird looking underneath it, kind of jagged, but that's how they did it back in 1905, I guess. The next one I have next to it is a 1925 Ishevsk X Dragoon rifle. Ishevsky Orужейный Zavod, 1925. And you can see right here the little arrow, bow and arrow. That's the original 1891 Ishevsky arsenal mark. The little square under it, I don't know what that is. It looks like it's arsenal metal parts refurbished. This rifle is not counterbored. It's got a very nice bore. It shoots very well. One of my nicest shooting 9130s that I've got. I did not notice any stock refurbishment marks on it either. Here we have a Tula 1939, Soviet era. You can see the star with the arrow and fletching inside the star, representing the second Tula arsenal mark. The first one, the original 1891, usually is just a hammer, the Tula hammer, and it kind of looks like a cross-peen hammer. And here, this mark here is metal arsenal refurbished, and this rifle has been counterbored. And in case you don't know, counterboring was necessary, and it was done to improve accuracy. Typically what would happen is the most simple assumption would be troops cleaned from the muzzle and didn't have a muzzle protector. I've got one of those over here, and just ruined the muzzle and the crown of the rifle, just causing it to shoot very inaccurately. Oh, son of a bitch. That thing slips right over the muzzle, just like that. It's got a little hole in it as a guide. Guides the rod through, keeps it from touching the muzzle. And most of the time that's another thing that's included in the Big5 kits, as well as your bolt adjustment tool. You can also use it as a screwdriver. It's got some numbers on here actually. The two 9130s, well, the 9130 and the Dragoon are both have the updated sights for 9130 out to 2,000 meters. Just a quick little overview of the rifles here. If anybody has any requests, comments, or suggestions, go ahead and post them. Be more than happy to do something special if anybody has any questions. And soon, hopefully, I'd like to focus more on the different arsenals and all of the arsenal stamps as well, so people know the difference between seeing two different arsenals, which mean I should probably say that over. When people see two different stamps, that mean the same arsenal. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, then you'll be able to be informed of whenever a new video is up and running. Questions, comments, welcome. Go ahead, post them on the page, and definitely do my best to answer or help anybody out if there are.